Injured in an accident? You may be entitled to a bigger settlement, up to 3.5 times bigger. Your initial consultation is 100% free, and we don't get paid unless we win your case. No matter the accident, we are here to help. The advocates will fight for you because you deserve clarity, you deserve justice, you deserve guidance, you deserve an advocate. Contact us today.
This is the Monty Show, the truth in sports talk streaming. When you want unbiased opinions about your favorite team without the spin, all you have to do is find the Monty Show, streaming live and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on YouTube. And now, here's Monty.
Hey, the Monty Show, as always, presented by the Advocates at theadvocates.com, the best injury attorneys in the business. And I say it every single day, like, okay. Dude, I did not change anything. I changed nothing. Do you guys see this? Like, I changed literally nothing today, and this is what we get. This is, and I don't understand it. I want to understand.
There it is. But
why is the color changed? Right?
What are we doing? What are we doing?
I have no idea. It makes me crazy that technology lately, you guys, man, technology lately has been infuriating. That's as simple as I can say it. Here on the Monty Show, presented by the Advocates at theadvocates.com, the best injury attorneys in the business. And, you know, I tell you every day that you need clear, risk-free advice. When you've been in an accident, it's one of the worst days of your life. You need somebody who can think clearly, who can handle the claims process, who can fight the insurance companies for you. The Advocates have fought that fight, and they've won that fight. Get them 24/7, 365. No chatbots, no AI, a real live injury attorney at theadvocates.com. Good Wednesday, October 22nd to you. A lot to get to today. Shout out to everybody on the show. Appreciate you being here. Please hit the like button. We could not do this show. We could not do what we do without you guys being here, without you guys, supporting the show. Partaking, unless you're Oak State James commenting, we just couldn't do what it is we do without you guys, and we appreciate that. And maybe I'm just old now. I'm down for the idea that old Marty over here just does not understand technology anymore. We got to talk about this Rolex thing today. Mm-hmm. Ordered a Rolex online, maybe from a different country, not from, and stuff. So you get package tracking that says delivered. Is it delivered? No, not delivered. Not delivered.
No.
Don't have it. I have a new address, Are we in trouble? Could be.
Potentially.
Maybe.
The Iraq.
It could be in the Iraq.
There's a really good chance.
I don't even doubt that it could be in the Iraq. But hello to everybody on Facebook. Hello to everybody on X. Good to see you. Make sure you share the show. And there's a bunch of you thirsty MFers on X who comment every day like, hey, mention me on the show. Shout me out, bro. It's not. And CJ Beck says it's not Monty, it's Unk. Okay. Just the way it's going to be today. Oh, and there he is. I have group at 4 p.m. I'll be back later.
Do you have group like literally every day, bro?
I don't know how much therapy one dude can be in, but you're in group therapy. You do you, man.
Literally every day.
If that's what you need to get over Haas, blame Oak State James. TCU James he's the problem. Buckeye Nation says thanks for the Rolex, Monty. I'm telling you, and I know that we need to get to sports and college football because we talk college football ad nauseum here as Mormons that are dying soon.
If you guys ever want to kick it, we
can flow and stuff to like the third layer of heaven. But my point is, I'm all for the enterprising folks who make clone Rolexes. I believe in them.
And it doesn't bother you that it's a clone?
No, it does not bother me. I know what I'm getting. I know what I'm paying for. I would just like to get it. You got that Temu Rolex, didn't you? I did not get it on Temu. You know, Oak State. Wait. Oak State is wishing people well and helping them in therapy. Anyone else see that as detrimental to the world? Yeah. I do.
Facts.
I do.
Yeah, that's facts, bro.
You know.
Yeah, opposite.
You know, I mean, that's just my opinion. Big shout out to Travis Hinton, a member for 12 months. Thank you so much. Again, appreciate everybody on the program that's a member. If you mail a mustache, will you wear it? No. If I mail it, no. Happy 21 times a month day, Monty and Jake and Two Shakes. Okay. Are we all still aiming for 21 times a month? Probably.
Be two holes.
You know, the real awkward guy, Monty. You going to share the plug on where you get these watches? If I ever flip and get a watch,
technically got a watch.
I haven't gotten a watch. He got my bread. I didn't get a watch. If I get the Rolo, and maybe we'll have you run downstairs and check it by the end of the show. Mm-hmm. We have 3 hours. Because apparently they use USPS to deliver this, and now I live in a condo tower for however long.
I don't regret those decisions.
Uncle Marty just needs a few weeks, and the stash will be feathered and glorious. I almost shaved it last night after I was dropping my soul into the bowl for the 9th time. I almost shaved it last night, but I said, no, Big Pun, if it'd want me to keep it. So, you know, I'm keeping it.
Yeah.
And frankly, it is what it is. Let's talk college football on the Monty Show, shall we? Courtesy of not friend of the program. I'm sure he never even watches. John Kurtz posted a video of Brett Yormark that, much to John Kurtz's credit, set the... I did nothing. I want people to understand.
What are we doing, bro? First, we had a different theme, which is literally in the software. Now the camera's bugging. Like, you don't have the watch yet. Like, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Here's Brett Yormark.
The question, would I get behind a format that gave us the same amount as the ACC, the SEC, and the Big Ten?
Correct.
I'd be up for that. I'd consider that. You know, I've always said you got to earn it on the field. Right, and you know, nothing should be predetermined, you know, come the beginning of the season. So if there was a conversation about a format that gave the 4 power conferences the same amount of AQs, I'm all ears. You know, we got to be thoughtful about whatever format change. You know, the 12-team format worked. Last year, it was dramatic. I mean, it was great football. You had the right teams in, and that's all I want. I want to give our schools a chance each and every year to compete at the highest levels in the college football playoff. And if we're on equal footing with our colleagues, I'm all in on that conversation.
I think the ACC and the Big 12 should be all in on that conversation. I think that there's no question that I think even the Big 10 should be all in on that conversation. But, you know, talking the sources around college football after I heard this video, who's not all in on this? Well, that'd be the SEC. And I got to be honest with you. If you're the SEC, why would you be all in on that? Why would the SEC want every P4 conference to have the same amount of auto bids? I wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think it makes a lot of sense if you're the SEC because you're already getting a bunch of, you know, teams in. So why would you want to level the playing field? That doesn't make a lot of sense. And
it's not level the playing field. I with all due lack of respect, it's not level the playing field. Socialism's bad in this country.
And with all due respect,
why are we handing out free passes? Are you really you're really telling me you can make an argument that there's 4 teams in the ACC that belong in the college football playoff? I mean, because I know that Ohio State and Indiana belong in. Is Oregon one of the 12 best teams in the country? Okay, give it to them. Who else in the Big 10 belongs in? No, go ahead. I'm waiting for you. Because I'm telling you, it's nobody. There is quite literally nobody else in the Big 10 who belongs in the college football playoff. But this is why the Big 10 is proposing this. Because the Big 10 knows there's nobody else in the Big 10 that belongs in the college football playoff. That's going to cost them money. Because my guess is the Big Ten at the end of the day will get 2 in. They will not get 3 in. And I happen to believe that Oregon is a terribly flawed football team. I happen to believe, such as in like Ohio State doesn't win the games they're supposed to win annually until the college football playoff.
Ohio State.
And I think Indiana is probably the easiest walk as far as schedule and path goes. But I can't make an argument for a 4th team to get in, right? Like, and when we look at the SEC, like you look at these matchups, this is the biggest problem for the SEC. Look at those matchups every year. It's an all-out battle. Look at the AP top 25. Texas A&M, Bama, Georgia, Ole Miss, Vandy, like 15th, Missouri. I mean, you have 6 teams sitting here, not to mention Tennessee and LSU and Texas, just sitting here. And they all have big games coming up, right? So I just think you're handing out, if you give every conference 4 bids, it's not a playoff. You don't have to earn your way in.
Yeah, and that's the biggest problem. And I think that, penalizing the SEC for playing difficult games is, just inappropriate. It's not what we should be doing. I mean, we should be rewarding them for the schedule they play and the caliber competition. And that's what for me is difficult is like we're sitting here talking about, every conference getting 4 in and, Brett Yormark saying that, he can get down with that. But it's like it's an all or nothing proposition. I mean, you can't have, one conference guaranteed a certain amount of spots and the others not like that. So I look at this and I say, like, the Big Ten continues to scheme to get free passes, and the SEC continues to say, well, why don't you just prove it on the field if you're so good and so deserving? And I don't know where this war ends. What I do know is that Brett Yormark is trying to wade his way through the waters, and I think that that's a difficult proposition given his position.
Well, when very clearly Greg Sankey's opposed.
Whether people want to agree with it or not, that's up to them. We can go through the analytics and show the rigor of our schedule is different than anyone else's, period. And we had a learning session in September at the CFP about strength of schedule, and strength of schedule isn't everything, but it is an important factor. I remember very clearly one of the messages was, if you play the top-ranked team and the 130th ranked team, those 2 games average out to 65.5. If you play 65 and 66, they average out to 65.5. And so the advisor said, you're just as well playing 65 and 66. Here's my problem. But for maybe 2 teams in a year, we don't have 65 or 66, and everybody else has a group.
And he's exactly right.
Yeah.
And I know it's not popular, and I know this is probably going to piss you off, but why should the SEC hand 4 auto bids to the ACC? And I know Pat Narduzzi's not stupid. And I understand why he's about to say one of the dumbest things you've ever heard. Legit. Pat Narduzzi is about to tell you something. I'm warning you now, you'll never recover from the stupidity of this bite right here.
It's like Miami's still really good. Georgia Tech's good. Miami's good. Louisville's good. To me, it makes it fun in the conference that everybody's got a chance. It's not Ohio State and everybody else. So I think it's a good thing. It's not just top heavy. From top to bottom, the ACC, I've said this for 10 years now, is probably top to bottom the best conference in the country. And that's why. Because there's good athletes, there's good depth, and anybody can win on any given day.
Listen, I'm sure they drug tested Pitt.
There's no way they drug tested him.
But just not the head football coach.
Ain't no way.
Because there is not even a conversation in the sport of football that the ACC is the best conference top to bottom. And I do enjoy the fact that he said it's Ohio State and everybody else.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
But you're not, the ACC is not in the same zip code as the SEC. And I again, don't use the AP poll as the almighty. But he's going to say, well, look at Georgia Tech and Miami, Marty. And okay, cool. Look at Georgia Tech and Miami. And
neat.
But I also think you could say, look at BYU as a better team than Georgia Tech, and I think Texas Tech and Miami would be a very heated game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all the BYU fans that are in our comment section and DMing me, I love that people are like, dude, listen, I love your show, comma, but,
Anytime the comment starts with "I love your show,"
long time listener,
first time commenter, caller guy, I love your show, but that's how I know that we're about to get. You don't watch ball. You don't know ball, Monty. You guys don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, maybe your mom didn't go to heaven, Monty.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like, I get it. I think the ACC is probably the fourth of the four. And I think football-wise and competitive-wise, I think it's the SEC, the Big 12, the Big 10, and the ACC in that order. And we can sit here and sure, we can fight over,
Okay, so why? Because I guarantee you what everyone's going to comment is why do you have the Big 12 ahead of the Big 10?
Because I think parity is a really bad thing for sports. And everybody always likes to say, oh man, parity's great, Marty. No, it's not. No, it's not. Parity doesn't make it more interesting. Parity doesn't make it more compelling. It doesn't mean you have a better, deeper league. What it means is you don't have a dominant brand, and you don't have the Alabama and the Georgia. You don't have the dynasty programs. You don't have the Oklahomas. You don't have the current Ohio States. Like, you don't have that. That's what make good storylines. You don't have what the Dodgers are to baseball, what the Lakers and Celtics are to the NBA. And I understand that's what makes football great. But what I'm telling you is college football needs dynasties. You need to hate Nick Saban in Alabama, right? It is not good when there is parity. Parity is bad.
Roll Tide!
Parity is, well, everybody gets 4 in. And here's your participation trophy and your participation trophy. And why do you think I don't believe the G5 should be involved in the college football playoff? Because they clearly do not have the grind that the power conferences and their affiliated universities have.
Yeah.
I just don't believe they belong in. And I think it is ultimately why branding is such a powerful tool, because it doesn't have to be true. It's just a matter of what you make people believe. From a Notre Dame fan. Notre Dame, we're not a powerhouse. We're not a blue blood. Right? Like I look at it's the Michigan conundrum. Right? It's all the Penn State fans telling you they're a blue blood. You're not a blue blood. Penn State's not a blue blood.
Oh, no.
You're a blue blood and knuckle deep in teenagers.
Damn.
That's what you're an all-time great.
That's who you're going home with.
You're an all-time great at committing sexual at Penn State. They should take away what is basically an auto bid for Notre Dame. Why would you take that away? Does Notre Dame, do they bring people to the TV screen? They do. Do they make everybody else that does business with them a ton of money? They do. Huh. Do they win football games in the college football playoff, or are they just SMU and Boise State? Nope. They actually went to the championship last year. Like, it's stupidity like this where they have to be in a conference. Says who? Says you? You don't have to like it. It is what it is. Yeah. You don't have to like it. Notre Dame is a blue blood. You don't have to like it. They're historically good.
Mm-hmm.
They're historically relevant.
Yep. No getting around it.
And I think Penn State's a great example of this. Somebody tell me how many championships Penn State football has won. And somebody tell me, when's the last time Penn State won a championship? Can you even tell me the year?
I think if I had to guess, I think it's like the 40s, I think.
You cannot tell me the year that Penn State won a championship. That's the problem. That's the problem. And when you look at their national championships, 1986, most of you were not alive. The last time Penn State won a championship. And we're supposed to believe a team that hasn't won the Big Ten in 10 years is a blue blood. Hasn't won a championship since most of you, when they won their championship, you weren't even boiling in Papa's bag. That's how long it's been. And I'm supposed to sit here and believe that Penn State's a blue blood. I say the same thing. Is Oregon a blue blood?
No.
They're not.
I would not say Oregon's a blue blood. They have not been historically great in college football. They've been great for the last, not even great, relevant for the last, 10 years maybe or so? 8 years?
I am telling you that the Big Ten is shallow like a pond and the SEC's an ocean, because I think when you look at Michigan, before they cheated, they hadn't won since 1997. That was their last national championship. And before that, 1948. Is that a blue blood program? Most people would tell you it is. But they haven't won a national championship since 1997 at Michigan. And I'm supposed to believe that almost 30 years between national championships makes them a blue blood. No. Nope. And I look at like USC. Who can tell me the last USC national championship? You guys better know this off the top of your head. The dynasty run of 2003 and 2004. And the domination of the 70s and the 60s and the 30s. That's a blue blood program far more than like Penn State is. At least USC is nationally relevant on a regular basis. If I say to you, hey, is Ohio State a blue blood? You don't even hesitate.
You don't take any shit.
You're like, shut up, dude. It's the Ohio State, first of all.
Ohio State?
Yeah, they are. It's not even a conversation. Is Notre Dame?
You have to ask.
Yes.
Yeah, if you have to ask, probably not a blue blood, dude. Probably not relevant historically. Probably, like, if you have to ask, that kind of tells you what you need to know, you know?
Yeah.
Like, when's the last time Florida won a national championship? How about Florida?
Urban Meyer. Is Florida's more of a blue blood than the Penn State guys are.
Agreed.
Right.
But that's my point, is like, Florida hasn't won in a minute, but we all pretty much agree that they're a blue blood, right? We all, like, Alabama's an interesting case study. Alabama wasn't anything before Nick Saban. Okay. Well, then Nick Saban comes in, and I don't even know what year he came in. And now anybody and their mom would say that Alabama's a blue blood because of how much they won. So, I just think I think that fans want to say, they want to make their case for their team, and I get that. But ultimately, you have to be realistic with this.
I think the blue bloods are Ohio State, Notre Dame, Alabama, Oklahoma, Texas, and USC. That's it. I don't think, like, there was a big argument. Andy Staples, I think, had Nebraska on the list as a blue blood. Man, I struggle with Nebraska because, again, Nebraska, if we just play the Nebraska game, last time Nebraska won a national championship.
It is what it is.
I mean, if we're being serious, their last national championship, I think, was 97, excuse me. 94, 95, 97. Dominated the 90s. And before that, 70 and 71. Does that make them a blue blood?
We show up.
I really struggle with that.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's the hard part. And I don't have an axe to grind with Nebraska. I really don't. But I don't know. Anyway, my point is, you shouldn't just be handing out ducats for the national championship. Like,
yeah, what's the point of playing the game if we're just going to do 4 auto bids for each conference? What are we doing?
This isn't, Soccer Saturday and little Jimmy and all his friends get a Capri Sun because they're here. Right? Like, I that's a big 12! Go play intramurals.
Yeah.
Do you guys believe that every conference should get 4 auto bids? I'm telling you, no, it's not.
Not a chance.
Yeah, Capri Suns. You got a problem with it, boy? Dude, do you remember? You guys remember?
Yes.
Capri Suns.
Yes.
If you got to stick that straw in the hole,
okay,
and that's not a euphemism,
dude, we don't need to talk about pederasty today.
Dude, grow up.
Like, come on. If you got to stick that thing in the hole, nice, dude. Nice.
Oh my God, just like that.
I said if you got to stick the straw in the pouch hole.
Macaque.
Okay.
You brought this on yourself.
Why
dude.
do you have to be a child?
Nobody said boo.
Why do you have to be a child? Can I just ask, will you
what does
please
this have
grow?
To do with James?
Oh, hi, James. Anyway, the point is, why do one auto bid per conference? I would totally be down with that.
But that's what we have.
TJ, thank you for your service. Guess who these people in my background are? I can't see your background. Probably old. Is that me and Jake? I have no idea. I'm blind. Penn State is a blue blood based on their on-field collective history going back the last 50 years.
Dude, are we really going to fight over Penn State?
Dude, I don't.
Don't fuck.
No, sorry. I don't think they're a blue blood in any way, shape, or form. I think when you look at, does Penn State have a Heisman Trophy winner? Does Penn State have a Heisman Trophy winner? He is. I don't think. Oh, John Cappelletti. John Cappelletti.
Hey, John.
Yeah, I don't. How many Heisman winners do they have? I think that might be it. Yeah, John Cappelletti. That's it. Come on. And they only have 44 All-American. Get out of here.
That's it.
Come on, bro. Like, I'm telling you.
Because it's garbage.
I don't even think that they're one of the historically great programs. I just don't think they're one of the historically great.
It, you're not.
Yeah, I don't even think it matters. Penn State is not. And I know you all want to keep it on the field and blah, 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 blah. I just do not think that Penn State's a blue blood. I really don't. But hey, that's why we have this talk show. That's why we.
Yeah. What else are people saying here?
Abdul Carter should count for 2. Yeah, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Blue blood PDF factory, maybe. There you go. Thank you. Ohio State's dominance in wide receiver recruiting is absurd on an unbelievable level for an entire P2. They're too dominant. They have, Todd Blackledge win the. No, I don't think he did. No, I think it's only one. I think, in my opinion, such as in the Iraq. No, he won the Davy O'Brien in 82. Suck it. I mean, it's really unfortunate.
Suck it.
I hate Penn State so much. Penn State should be a historical brand. It's been, had it been properly banned. That's exactly right. Opinions are like balloon nuts. Everybody has one in some leak air. Okay.
Oh, I win. Google me.
Just because I have a little gas yesterday on the show. Sankey should look those SEC ADs and coaches in the eye and say no 4 guaranteed teams in. They shouldn't. And I don't think they'd have a problem doing that. Do you guys really think, what the issue is? Again, if you're the Big Ten and you put Ohio State in the SEC, are they still this dominant? Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. If you put Michigan in the SEC, have they ever won an? Nah, don't think they have. But I think the Big Ten, and I agree with Narduzzi on one thing. The Big Ten is Ohio State and everybody else. And this is the Dave Aranda conversation. This is the Mike Gundy, don't fire him. He's a nice guy with a cool mullet. We are not trying to win every rep in the Big Ten. And it's okay not to win every rep. And I think that's absurd. I think it is absurd.
Yeah, they just want a free pass, dude. And you can't do it. You cannot do it.
I think it is very difficult to make the argument that giving the ACC 4 auto bids on what planet does that make sense? And I'm being serious. In all objectivity, who in the ACC this year should qualify? Do you believe that a 5-2 SMU team, a Pitt at 5-2, Cal at 5-2, Louisville at 5-1, Miami certainly at 5-1? Okay, so we're saying we're going to make the argument right now today that we all believe that, okay, Georgia Tech's undefeated. Who are the second, third, and fourth teams? Miami? Sure. Are you really telling me we believe that Virginia the Cavs should be in? Because I'm not buying that.
We keeping a buck right now, we ass.
No chance.
I'm not buying that.
No chance.
I can't find a way. And I say this about the Big 12. Should BYU be in the college football playoff if it were today? Yes. Should Texas Tech be in the college football playoff if it were today? No. Arizona State? Probably not. Cincinnati? Yeah, they're 4-0. They're 4-0. You have 2 undefeated teams in the conference. No, it's not today. And Texas Tech is going to get its chance to dethrone Bear Bachmeier and BYU from the top of the conference. But right now, if we're being objective, who I think is the best team in the Big 12 is Texas Tech. They have a quarterback problem. When you don't have a quarterback, I'm not going to argue for you when you lost to Arizona State to get into the college football playoff. I would more argue for Arizona State because of Sam Levitt and Dilly Dilly.
And mainly because they beat you. Like, you know.
And we talk a ton of Big 12 on this show. Who else is even in the conversation?
Well, Utah would be the only other one that's in the conversation.
And I don't even think Utah had 2 losses. Don't we have to put Houston in before Utah this year? Utah's lost 2. Houston is 6-1. Right? I mean, I don't think there's not a 2-loss team. Well, that's right. Oak State, they're a 6-loss team.
My word.
But there's not a 2-loss team that belongs in the conversation. It'd be BYU, Cincinnati, Arizona State, and Tech. If it were today, Tech fans going to be like, you hate us, Marty. That's a lie told. Could be.
That's a lie told.
Yeah, Lance lie told.
Yeah, right.
You know.
Right.
I'm not, and again, I want to make this clear. I'm not trying to be half an asshole. I'm really not. If it ended today, can you really tell me that your belief is that the Big 12 has earned 4 spots?
No.
Can you tell me in all seriousness that the ACC has earned 4 spots?
No.
Can you tell me in all seriousness that the Big 10 has earned 4 spots?
Nope.
I'm not even sure I can make an argument for Oregon.
Because keep going. Don't short it. Can you tell me today that the SEC has earned 4 spots?
I believe you can.
Yes, you can.
Texas A&M, Alabama, Georgia, and Ole Miss are 4 of the best teams in the country. And I would also tell you of the 1-loss teams in that league, Bama, Georgia, Ole Miss, Missouri, Oklahoma, Vandy. I think those are all very good candidates.
Missouri is 1 possession behind Alabama. You guys realize that, right?
And their offense is, and I keep saying this, and I know you hate Eli Drinkwitz. I'm telling you,
I just hate him for the Penn State
the
job.
guy needs a bigger job than Missouri. And I bless you in Missouri. I know that.
Bless his heart.
Bless his little heart.
Thoughts and prayers.
And stuff.
Brother.
Eli needs a bigger job. And if I'm Florida and I don't get Kiffin, you better damn well be calling Eli Drinkwitz.
Yeah.
So, you know. It makes me crazy that we won't get together and say we should have a 16-team playoff with 16 teams that earn their spot on the field with a strength of schedule component.
Yes.
We don't want to do that. And with the SCORE Act and everything kind of seemingly being on hold with private money, we don't want to do that.
Well, and I think we're just too greedy. I mean, we want as much money as possible. And that's really what this is about. I mean, this isn't about just saying you got 4 teams.
Whoa. Timothy, have a great day. I have to go to work. God bless the troops. God bless Victor. And God bless you. This dude sent me a video absolutely blazing a smokestack last night.
Let's see it. Now we got to see it.
I don't want to play the video on the telly because it's of somebody partaking in a certain activity. So I don't want to get us in trouble with the great overlords at Google. But dude, how many trees can one bro smoke at once? I mean, I'm happy to play the audio. How about that? Because it's very interesting audio.
Yeah, the whole time he's coughing up a right lung.
Let's see.
Let me guess. Hey, player.
Timothy.
Ah, damn.
Player.
Yeah.
I don't drink. I only smoke weed, and I want to give the girl in 12B a poke. Oh,
bro, what?
What was that?
What?
Timothy. Timothy.
Hold on.
And then look at this video he sent me. It's just him smoking tree.
In a cowboy hat.
And so I'm just not able to. I can't.
I'm still trying to comprehend that bro just said, I want to give.
Timothy. Player. I don't drink. I only smoke weed, and I want to give the girl in 12B a poke.
What? Dude,
I just work here, man. Do you guys see the life that I live?
That's crazy.
Do you see the life that I live on this planet, where I got my guy BDM sending me videos of him just blazing, just blazing the lettuce. And he's like, yeah, I'm just going to go poke the girl in 12B. Okay.
And find out.
That's a felony, bro. I don't think I would recommend you do that.
Like,
you know, but his guy Victor is going up against the how excited were you? You were not excited for the NBA last night.
I just wasn't feeling inspired about NBA yet, dude.
So
just not quite ready.
The Diddy party ended, and we cleaned everything up and flipped on the telly, and there were the Lakers. Hell yes. Hell yes.
Do you ever just get tired of being like, wow, the Lakers are on, everything's awesome, and then they disappoint you again and fall flat on their face again? I mean, do you ever get tired of that death cycle, dude?
No, because now I am so used to it. And you know this. You know this. I don't have happiness in sports because at Oak State James, everything he touches dies. You know. Better not be Dana Marie. Does she live in 12B? They call it dope for a reason.
Yeah, apparently.
Jake had a baseball coach in high school. What was his name? I can't remember his name.
Marshall. God, I can't
Greg
remember.
Marshall?
No, not Greg. No. It was
Bob Marshall?
Yeah.
Bob Marshall.
Yes.
Smoke dope, shrink your rope, homie. That was his favorite sentence. Smoke dope, shrink your rope, homie. He loved it. I hear smoking tree helps grow mustaches.
Well,
go play intramurals, brother.
In the PNW, everybody smokes tree.
Everywhere, dude. Hot dogs for everybody.
The problem is that strength of schedule is way too easy to manipulate as a data point. No, but that's why you build a formula for it. which is your schedule against P4 opponents and their strength of schedule and their record against like opponents and then their record against P4 opponents.
Such as and like.
It's a big circle that just keeps feeding you hippie lettuce. BDM needs to join the group in the rectory. See, people love them some BDM.
Dude, I can't believe he said, I want to go give the girl in 12B a poke.
Why? Why?
I don't know. Maybe I should stop being surprised, dude. Maybe that's the issue.
And listen, I don't necessarily believe that you shouldn't be surprised. But when homie's talking about poking the chick in 12B, and he is
Dilly.
That's a him thing. Do not poke the girl in 12B. Okay. With AI, it should be super simple to write an algorithm. It really should. Only thing getting caught in that mustache is lint. Yeah, I ain't got a mustache, bro. I told Jake last night I should shave it. Just be patient, fat boy.
You got to let it grow in because Mrs. Monty's going to be pissed if it's gone when she gets here.
I miss my wife. My wife is on vacation in Germany. She's on a Viking river cruise right now. And they're like seeing castles. We FaceTime every day. And she's floating down this river and she's pointing her phone out the window. And it's Game of Thrones and stuff.
Venice Parade.
We don't kink shame here, do we, two holes?
No,
we don't.
I mean, not unless it's Butt Buzzer 8000 material.
Here, we strengthen forearms to strengthen of schedule reviews, boy. 21. Can you do something for me? Okay. How many do you guys believe in auto bids? Should there be, dude?
What happened?
Thanks, StreamYard. Do you guys believe that auto bids should be a part of the college football playoff? I do. I think every conference champion should be in. That's 4. 8 other based on strength of schedule. And then once a super league happens, new entity, whatever this score act thing, which I can tell you college football people do not believe the score act is ever happening. At this point, I think the Big Ten did real damage to the private equity game. And I know that seems like a lot.
Yeah, it seems like the conversation on that's quieted down quite a bit.
Because I think the Big Ten is too big for its own good. And I don't know how else to describe it other than to say at some point you have to understand that money makes the world go round. And while it is true that people do not lend you money to lose money, we can't keep doing what we're doing in college football. You guys understand that. And this is not sustainable. I am of the belief that what is going on with our camera? I don't know. I am of the belief that on some level, I think we have to find a way to put an NFL style system in place. It's what 9 out of 10 administrators want, but they don't want to have to pay to do it.
Mm-hmm.
They want to keep their money and they don't want to take private money. I understand it. You're worried. You're scared. You're scared of things you don't understand. But at some point, when are we going to fix college football? At what point do we stop talking about this nonsense of everybody gets in and then say we have the best playoff system possible? Because that's a bunch of hooey.
Yeah, you don't have the best playoff system possible.
It's a bunch of hooey, dude. It's
not even close.
It's not even a conversation, which is why we are again going to expand the NCAA tournament. Because we just want to keep getting greedy and making more money, and we don't want to give any of our money away to make more money.
Yeah, nobody can get on the same page about what, doing something for the betterment of the bigger picture in the system. That's the issue. The easy button is just to make everything bigger, right? Oh, expand. That's the easy button. But until everyone gets together and on the same page, I just don't think that there's going to be meaningful progress towards a final ending solution that can work for the next 100 years. That's just not. We're just not there.
Yeah, I'm all down for this idea that more teams need access, but they've got to earn access. Yeah. And the only way to do that is to have a super league with an NFL format. And don't call it an NFL format, fine. But more teams need access. And you need access to Bucked Up. BuckedUp.com. Use the promo code Monty, 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 to get 20% off at checkout at BuckedUp.com. Get your creatines, get your collagens, get your pre-workouts. Everything you need. Bucked Up energy drink, everything you need. Buckshot, everything you need. BuckedUp.com. Use the promo code Monty. Big Pontiff, there should be 2 autos and the rest are at large, and the rankings determine the seating. Yeah. We need access to whatever BDM is smoking. Truth.
Dude, seriously.
Monty is scared of the ghost he does not understand.
Yeah, I don't really understand. Like, now that I'm here, vibes are fine. Like, I don't know, man. It just, weird stuff happens. Not really sure.
And weird stuff does happen.
And we have, we had some people in our members only group be like, oh, well, it's just the camera, Morty. It's just the camera. I can personally attest to the fact it's not just the camera.
Sitting in here the other day, I can tell you it was not just the camera. There was nothing in here the other day that was just the camera. I can tell you that right now. Stuff falling off of tables, that's not just the camera. The dog freaking out the other day, not just the camera. So, is what it is. The bottom half of the SEC would be walled off from the playoff. Great. Perfect. Let them be walled off from the playoff.
Why is that? And I don't think this is any kind of ridiculous comment, but why should that be the concern about, like, the bottom feeders being walled off from the playoff? If you want to be in the playoffs, spend money and get better. Like, it's a pretty simple formula.
It's what I'm going to say to the Big 12. Like, you look at the power metrics in the power conferences. I think there's a lot of data that would tell you the SEC is number 1, the Big 12 is number 2. And the Big 10 is number 3. And the ACC is not that far behind the Big 10 in quality wins. So I think that's a real conversation. I do. We're surrounded by entities all the time. I don't know. Do you guys think we are?
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Somebody grabbed Morty's package, was not just the camera. Well, your dog headbutted me in the nuts the other day.
Nut shots?
Your condo is haunted. Dude, I'm telling you that it's not just my condo. It's the old studio. It's
been lingering.
It has.
It's been around. And I don't really know. I don't know. I don't know how you explain it. Weird things just tend to happen. And there's not a lot of, there's just not a lot of ways to explain it. I mean, honestly, like, with the camera setup that we have, like, we have one of the best cameras that you can have for live streaming anything. It doesn't just do that. Like, it's like, it just, that's just not how it works, man. So I don't know.
I don't know either. I have no idea. TJ Beck, Jake's dog is doing on-cup checks. Dude,
you felt these balls?
Literally walked over here and just pile drove my bag with the top of her head.
Okay, that's enough. Stop, please.
Monty has bad juju, but an unbelievable life, right? Whoa. Monty's methane gas leak out his backside is causing electrical issues. Dude, I had food poisoning the last 2 days. And it has been, I'm better today. I don't think there's any doubt I'm better today. Wouldn't you agree?
I would agree, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
But I've had some expulsion.
And it's kind of weird. I have to say, like, this is not something where, like, you ate something way out of the ordinary. Like, it's just odd.
I think I got food poisoning from, those warm drumsticks you get at Costco? What are they? The garlic
Yeah, they're warm chicken leg, but they're bigger
drumsticks. They're big drumsticks.
Yeah.
They're super greasy.
Yeah.
Or at least this set was. But it just tore me up. Like Sunday night it started and it was brutal. And I feel much better today. But when Mrs. Monty away, Monty not sticking to normal diet. No, I have been on my normal diet. The only thing that I ate that was out of the ordinary was those drums. I had a little chicken teriyaki and brown rice the other night. But those drums were really the only thing that I ate that was out of the norm. And that's not really out of the norm. You know, it's not like I've been eating terrible food, cakes, and no, nothing like that. Get your gut right. Yogurt helps, man. Yeah, I've wanted to stay away from dairy. Now, today it's much better. This morning I emptied my soul, and now all day long I've been fine.
I'm a fucking unit.
I had some toast this morning, had a banana this morning. Everything's been good, you know. So I think Monty was sent something from the rectory in it. It loves messing with the cameras. Could be.
Uh-oh.
Probiotics help too. They do. Coaches and ADs have playoff incentives. They do. You know, roller dogs are better for you. You had a roller dog last night.
Yeah, Pierogi, is it called?
Yeah, on Pike Marketplace, Pierogi. Yeah. Jake had pretty much a pig in a blanket last night.
Yeah, basically a brat inside of some dough. It was pretty good. It was a little too spicy.
I did not have dinner last night. I had a protein bar for dinner last night, just to be on the safe side. There's a place here called the Butcher's Table that I was supposed to go to Sunday, but I was, again, distancing myself from my soul and decided not to.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. Right. You're not that guy.
Monty gonna use Just for Men to touch up that lip hair before Mrs. Monty comes home. I don't think it all. She comes home Sunday. Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
Does the stash make it till Sunday?
No, not a chance. Not because honest to God, it looks like I glued on somebody's pubes. Like it's not even. It's
but
not.
You were saying that it's uncomfortable for you, that you don't like it.
Yeah, because I don't like that it. Well, liquid gets caught in there, and
come on, man.
You know, when you drink as much water as I drink, anything you drink gets caught in your stat. I just am not a fan. It is prepubescent, like. It reminds me of Jackass when they glued the pubes on the guy's face. That's what it feels like.
It looks way better than dude's pube beard, though.
Right? I mean, it doesn't look good if nobody can see it. You can't even see it.
I mean, it's starting to grow in. It is.
You know, I think it also ages me.
Yeah, the chat's not going to be able to see it for probably
10 years.
Another 4 or 5 days, probably. You know. It's going to be a minute, but...
You know, GTI Brandon, that's why they call them flavor savers.
I sifted through all that.
You know. Waska shithead. Guess that's why I have to wait for power rankings.
Dude, you're going to make an ass out of yourself again.
5 minutes.
For
it's
like
5 minutes.
It's been like 3 weeks in a row you've made an ass out of yourself about your team.
The thing that's interesting about Waska nut job is you're never right. And yet you just keep coming back, and you keep coming back, and you keep getting pile driven, and you're like, bro, okay, they're still not number one. I'm just telling you, it's fine. What site and metrics are you using to say the Big 12 is number 2? I haven't found one that says that. Well, you have to take all data. Take all data.
Yeah, the assertion that we make our opinions based off one site. Like, come on. Wow. Okay. Now. Okay. Yeah. Here.
I'm gonna go shave it right now.
Yeah. All right. Dude, how can you say that, bro? You know that
I'm shaving it tonight. It's done.
Like,
it's over.
How do you do that?
It's over.
You ruined a good thing.
It's over. Wasa Clownski. Eric's a good guy. He just isn't based in reality. You know. Travis says, grow the hair out with the stash. Go full Ron Jeremy. Yeah, I don't think so. But now it's got to go. Now that Oak State James says he wants it. And the problem is, that's my biggest fear. That's my biggest fear.
If people are going to say they like it, and then
No, then I'm going to wind up looking like this. That's my biggest fear. I want nothing to do with that. Nothing. Right? Like, nah, bruh. No. Okay, now you have to shave it. Damn it, Oak State. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Come on.
Yeah, I'm not here for it. Prize Picks, America's favorite daily fantasy app. You guys, I love Prize Picks. I am dominating on Prize Picks. I am a multimillionaire, not on Prize Picks or at all. And I would just have you know that there is so much good prize picking that is happening in football. And the best part about Prize Picks is now NBA is back. Now we can really start stacking cash. Right now that NBA is back, dudes, I'm telling you, it is what it is. The Prize Picks in the NFL this week, I don't even Jackson Dart for half a passing touchdown. Good. If you're not playing Bijan Robinson for receiving yards, you're crazy. Like I think there's so much good Prize Picks. And with NBA, you look at like Giannis for 12 rebounds tonight. Good. So easy. Hook it up. Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app. Use the promo code Monty. Shaving the mustache. That's all you have to do. Prize Picks, America's favorite daily fantasy app.
Yo, you think Dallas' Power 4 gonna drop 30 tomorrow?
Boy, you tripping.
Did you see his mom made a post about going to the game?
What? Hold up. His mama gonna be there?
He's been averaging like 34 points a game when she's there.
At least 40 when she be on that Jumbotron.
He don't like to let his mama down.
Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Cash in on your sports fandom with Prize Picks.
Use the promo code Monty. You deposit $5. They'll give you 50 more in plays instantly at Prize Picks, America's favorite daily fantasy app. Shoot me your plays, man. I'm happy to go head to head with you because you know I'm going to win. You know. Robert Fowler, what's up, Bobby Fowler? When did Wilford Brimley take over the show? Here we go.
Oh, shit.
You know. Bijan is a moneymaker. He is. Steely Matt loves knee padding Monty. You know, that's what it is because he disagrees with you. He must be knee padding. Monty shaving stashes like college players shaving points. It'll happen. It'll
John
happen.
Matt's here. Take it easy.
It'll happen. Let's get some let's get some NFL rolling. Do you care about Packers at Steelers? Speaking of power rankings, certain people on this show who don't know good quarterback play when they see it.
Yeah, I've been immunized.
Says that Aaron Rodgers sucks and that, the ghost of Danica is going to come back to haunt him. Do you care about this game at all? The Aaron Rodgers Bowl.
No, I'm going to be honest. It hadn't even. It's
not
Wednesday.
Even a little.
It was not even on my radar.
Oh, come on.
It was not, dude. I didn't even. Call me insane. Didn't know they were playing this week. Not even paying attention to it. Not at all.
Not at all. Not even a little bit.
We were watching NBA last night, like thinking about baseball, thinking about the Brett Yormark stuff. Not even on my mind yet. Nope. And I don't even think it's.
Wow.
It's. I mean, yeah, it's a homecoming of sorts, obviously, but I don't think that it's. Some big to do. Like, yeah, he played the Jets. All right, great. He's gonna play the Packers now. Awesome. Like, cool.
Wow. I'm really surprised by that. Okay. I'm totally into it. I want to see the Packers dismantle Aaron. No, I don't. That's a lie.
Yeah, you watched this documentary. You're an Aaron Rodgers guy.
No, I am a hates the Green Bay Packers guy. I hate the Packers. I can't stand the Packers in any way, shape, or form. Are the Dallas Cowboys trading for Max Crosby or attempting to? I think this is really interesting, mainly because Trey Wingo, the former ESPN stud, according to sources, the Cowboys have made inquiries with the Raiders about a potential trade for Max Crosby. The issue, of course, is the Raiders have been wholly unwilling to trade Max Crosby.
Of course.
Do you believe the Cowboys are trying to get Max Crosby?
Yeah, I think the Cowboys are trying to do anything they can do to get Micah back, or to get a Micah type player back. And this is the game that Jerry wanted to play, dude. You wanted to fool around with Micah and not extend guys on time and make the contract more expensive. Like, this is the game you play. So now you look like an idiot trying to come out here and get Max Crosby from an organization that's never going to trade him away to you. That's not happening. I can guarantee it.
But if they were to get Max Crosby, are the Dallas Cowboys a Super Bowl contender all of a sudden? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so even a little bit. My opinion is that there's that secondary is not good. And I understand that they put some points on the board, and I get that. And Bland has played well at times. Diggs is not the same player. In this concussion he got at home. Did you guys see that Trevon Diggs had a concussion at home and is so upset about it that now he is selling his house. He has listed the home where he got a concussion for sale. He's that upset about what happened. What about football, bro? You're worried about selling your house now over that's so Dallas Cowboys of him to be selling your house because you had a home accident that cost you a concussion in the middle of the football season. Okay. That team is such a mess. And again, it's the reverse curse of Oak State, TCU, I love Baylor. Holy cow, I'm a huge Texas Tech fan, James.
Hi, this is James. Welcome back.
Everything that guy touches.
The list just keeps growing.
Everything he touches. Oak State is historically overlooked despite historical record. Yeah, because they're historically crappy. Oak State is not a blue blood. Please don't even try to make
keeping
that
the book
argument.
right now. We ass.
I thought the Cowboys wanted Hendrickson. Well, I'm sure they do.
Dude, the Cowboys want everybody and their mom, bro.
So ESPN said that Penn State and Florida's jobs were better than Oak State. And this is a surprise to you.
You're a homer is the first part.
But that the Cowboys' job was better than the rest.
Buddy was buddy tonight.
That's an incredible take right there. How do you come up with this stuff, James? Honestly. So those two are better than Oak State.
But Oak State's better than the rest.
But Oak State is the best of the rest.
First of all, nobody's taking Oak State over Arkansas.
Selectively aggressive.
Nobody is taking, Oak State or UCLA.
Really, dude? Really?
Oak State or UCLA?
Well, Monty, they're going to pack everything up and come to Stillwater. We all know that.
Stillwater. UCLA is a better job than Oak State.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Now, is Oak State better than Va Tech? Yes. Is Oak State better than Oregon State? Yeah, it is. And then the Stanford conundrum. I think Oak State is going to. Again, I would say the same thing about Oak State that I'd say about Penn State. If Penn State doesn't hire at first, you're probably going to be last.
Yeah.
And I think that is a huge
Oak State's going to have to overpay to get the candidate they want.
That's correct.
100%.
Correct. Because what young hotshot's taking that job?
Yeah.
Oak State or Clemson? Because people now it's moving
Clemson.
closer and closer that Clemson's going to be open.
Yeah, Clemson.
Oak State or Florida State?
Come on.
Oak State or TCU? Oak State or TCU?
Probably TCU, honestly. Fort Worth?
Oak State or Baylor? Baylor.
The problem is I just don't trust the administration at Oak State. I don't trust the process there.
Nope. How on earth would you trust the administration at Oak State that cut his pay and allowed him to not punish Ollie Gordon? You know.
Yeah, don't know.
Oak State can snatch up a great G5 savant. There you go.
Go Lash.
There you go. Oak State needs to hope to not be eclipsed completely by teams like Houston and Boise State. Well, if the Boise State, there's a lot of people who think he's going to take another job, and Baylor is one of those because there seems to be a pipeline. I don't think so. But that'll be interesting. That will be interesting. TCU is on a better trajectory than Oak State. You're on a better trajectory than Oak State.
Hot ass.
So there's that, James. You know. Thank you, Jake.
Keep
That's
your name
my
out
point.
Your mouth. No, you're not. No, it's not a great point. It's terrible. I don't want any credit. I don't want to be put on the list. I don't want to be put on the list, dude. No.
If Jake was capable of talking for 5 straight minutes, this mustache would be gone, James. I hope you know that.
Bruh.
Of course, G5 coach is a risk. Could be. Just how many jobs can come open one season? Clemson, preferably a coaching staff already. I don't know, dude. A lot of jobs are going to be. I think there's going to be at least a dozen. Your mom's sewing circle is a better job than Oak State. This could be very true. This could be very true. What do you guys make of the New York Jets benching Justin Fields? And this is ultimately why the New York Jets are so hard for Woody. Because difficult, not.
So see what he did there. That was a D joke, right? Hard for Woody, right? Like that's, it all kind of fits in and works together,
So let me just see if I understand this.
What's an erection?
I'm stupid. My mind,
Well, you don't know ball, so that's,
You don't really have a backup quarterback, and you're going to bench Justin Fields. And then the hack that you were going to put in there is now injured with Tyrod Taylor has a knee injury and is considered day-to-day. So now you have to go back to Justin Fields.
It's not the best situation, and we all know that.
And it's because Woody is involved heavily in the process. First of all, Justin Fields is a backup quarterback in this league. He is not a starter. As a Bears fan who was rectally inserted by his quarterback play, I would tell you, excuse me. Thank you. That's the only button I can push. Hey, Justin Fields is not a number 1 quarterback.
No,
he's not.
Yeah, but Woody always tries to insert himself into the conversation.
It's one way to put it.
And I think that, I don't know, the great conundrum of how to win with the New York Jets is just that. I mean, they're not going to be a good team again until you get a head coach in there.
I would agree.
That is just so much of an a-hole and so much does not care about what Woody has to say that it becomes clear Woody is not going to make decisions over that football team in the day-to-day, at least. And that's what I think they need. And I think it's why Rex had success there. I think
Flexi.
it's him and all his lifted pickup trucks and everything,
and his bare feet,
and such as and like. It's necessary, but I don't think there's a guy like that available right now.
Are the Seattle Seahawks the best team in the NFC right now? No, they're not far off. And I think that Monday night performance, Sam Darnold, you're lost in the woods in Minnesota because you don't have a quarterback.
Yes.
And the fact that Sam got away from Minnesota because Kevin O'Connell, the quarterback guru, KO, brother. The fact that KO had to see what stupid effing McCarthy could do,
Brother.
And now you're stuck because Carson Wentz is Carson Wentz.
We keeping a buck right now. We ass.
You don't have a number one quarterback. And I think it's a huge problem for the Minnesota Vikings.
You took for granted what he provided you, dude. You took for granted that Sam Darnold allowed you to run your offense and took you to places you hadn't been in a while. And then you felt bad, for everyone else around him that Sam fell on his face on that playoff run, and you let him go.
Yeah, Andy Reid would fail with the Jets with Wood D running the show. Totally agree. Tyrod Taylor sadly gets injured every single time he is asked to actually start, including getting poked by a needle in the wrong place by the Chargers.
Yes.
Remember that.
Deflated his lung.
Zach Wilson and Justin Fields really are PFF draft letdowns. I would agree with that. 100%. Feel bad for young Jet fans. Know how feels. Okay. I'm a Bears fan. I know how feels too. Me know how feel too. Me know how feel.
All due respect.
Famlore, the Jets should let George R.R. Martin make the decisions. Maybe he would then be inspired to finish A Song of Ice and Fire. Okay. See what he did there? Heard Rex Ryan and Quentin Tarantino special love okay. I'm not a foot guy. Are you a foot? Do you suck toes?
No.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. Nope. That's disgusting, dude.
Is there anybody that's a foot guy? I am not a foot guy.
Well, the real question is, would you suck toes if you were getting paid to do it? And what would be the sum of money you would need to do it? Even if it was just your wife?
The answer is absolutely not. There's no chance I'm doing that. What, like, I've never, I guess I just have never understood it. I've never understood. Like, I'm standing on the scale last night after I emptied my soul into the bowl.
No. You did not measure the before and after weight, dude.
Am I the only one that does that?
That's incredible.
Am I the only one that does that?
You took the difference of the before weight and the after weight to get the exact weight of the dump you took. That's incredible.
Yeah,
dude.
0.6 pounds.
Bro, that is incredible.
I cannot be the only one who does
In the
that.
chat, have you guys ever done that?
Anyway, post deposit, I got on the scale and because James is going to probably lose himself and throw an elbow joint out. But I have nice feet. I don't have trolls feet, such as in like certain people. I have nice feet.
Timothy.
And I hate the way my feet look. I don't understand foot fetish guy.
Would you allow someone to, suck your toes for a certain sum of money?
No, because I enjoy necking.
Okay.
I don't want that. I don't want my toes in my mouth. If I did, I'd have a rib removed.
No, but somebody else.
Right. If I'm making out with you after you sucked on my toes.
Yeah.
We don't take any shit.
Yeah. All
Do
right.
you know how easy it is to tell that you're a virgin? Anyway, Jake?
No, you weren't talking to me.
Okay. My point is, I don't understand the whole toe fetish thing, foot fetish thing. Whoa. I don't weigh myself at all at home. I like going to the VA doc for my 6-month checkup and see that I lost a few pounds for the last couple of years. Dude, I weigh myself twice a week officially. I've lost exactly 40 pounds now.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. It definitely works. The Zepbound definitely works. Eric, you like pissing Monty off. It's part of the show, no? Eric's not the guy that gets my goat up. It's not. Yeah. I'm not a toe guy since I have 4 toes amputated due to diabetes.
Diabetes.
Okay. Could have done without that. Do you believe? Could have done without that. Marty needs glasses. Why do I need glasses?
What do you need glasses for?
I don't know. I don't know. But he is a hell of a good wide receiver. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Marty just likes pissing me off. It's not my fault you like toes, dude. You know. Schwinger says, stop, please. Peas? Stop peas? I can't stop peeing. All I do all day is pee.
And something else, apparently.
Okay, that's enough. Stop, please.
Before power rankings, Lamar Jackson back at Ravens practice today. Are you here for it? Are you not here for it?
Yeah, I mean, sure, dude. Knock yourself out, dude. Show up to practice. Doesn't change the fact you guys are bums this year. You're terrible. You're not relevant. And
is he the problem? I don't think so.
I don't think he's the problem, but he's certainly not the solution. Clearly, if he was, they wouldn't be where they were, right?
I don't know how that defense is that bad. I mean, I get, whoa.
Oh. The seventh circle of hell is coming through the window. You know, it's the old reflection off the building.
Lower that.
Okay, here we go. We're lowering. Okay, nice.
Dude, you would think, and again, I'm not trying to say, oh, I'm rich. Look at me, Marty. You would think I live in what I think is probably $1 million condo. The building across the way, they're $800,000 condos. Bro, you couldn't get non-reflective glass? Like it is. And everybody's like, oh, Monty, all it does is rain in Seattle. Trust me, every day right now at this time, Monday through Friday, never on Saturday and Sunday. Monday through Friday, trust me when I tell you it's sunny.
It's always sunny during the Monty Show.
Right? But you would think that there's got to be high-rise sun technology. Can we get some anti-glare stuff happening? Anyway, if I'm the Ravens, I am in no hurry to get Lamar back on the field. I would make sure that he is 100%. You have what should be an easy matchup against the Bears. I would very much, now, obviously the issue is that you're not scoring points. And Cooper Rush has not been awesome, which is why we're seeing more Tyler Huntley. And you had 117 passing yards against the Rams. And I know Derrick Henry sucks, but Derrick Henry was 24, 122 and averaged 5 yards a carry. Now, I'm no expert here. Might want to turn around and hand the football off to big dude. Right?
Yeah, the problem is this big dude has cost you 2 games this year now, fumbling. And you know, the bigger thing too, I think, is like now that you're 1-5, like what are you trying to accomplish this season? You know, like you're 1-5, Lamar's back at practice. What are you trying to do in this game? Don't care who you're playing.
It's an interesting question.
This week it's the Bears, but like
it's the Bears.
The Bears, but like
hold the S.
Yeah, the Bears.
Bears.
The
Bears. The Bears.
I don't know. I guess I just don't know what you're trying to do if you're the Ravens right now. Clearly, you're trying to win the game. Clearly. But outside of that, like, is it just salvage the season? Is it just make the best of a crap situation? Is it
you make the playoffs? The division, you guys, the division's not over. I know that a lot of people have pronounced the Steelers the division champions. Whatever that BS was last weekend where you lost that game because you can't tackle, I'm just going to tell you now that not by any stretch are the Ravens out of the playoff picture. The Ravens are 1-5. I would agree with that. But do you understand that they can still win the division? They are 1-5. Listen to their schedule. Bears at Dolphins, at Vikings, at Browns division game. Jets, Bengals, Steelers, Bengals, Patriots, Packers, Steelers. That's a lot of games in the division left. And obviously, they've played one against Cleveland and they won. You have the entire division in front of you. The Ravens are not out. Lamar should rest and get ready to go to Miami and absolutely dismantle and get fired super thin hipster guy. And then be ready to go to Cleveland or Minnesota and Cleveland in the middle of November. That would be my plan.
Yeah, I think that the problem is that I don't think that the Bears are just a gimme win for the Ravens, dude. Like that defense, and I know it sounds ridiculous. I know. I'm even having trouble saying it. But that defense has been a liability, bro. Like anybody has
true.
gone down
You're
and
not wrong.
scored. Like I don't care how bad your offense is or how unorganized or, maybe, how inconsistent you are as an offense. You can put up, like if the Bears put up 27 on the Ravens defense, would anyone be surprised?
No.
So that's why I'm saying we're talking about that they still have division games left and they can still win the division. Then this is a must-win game and Lamar Jackson should play. If that's what you're trying to do, dude should be on the field.
The Wasikowski Index live on the Marty Show. All right, top 5, bottom 5 is the way we do power rankings in the National Football League. You got to pause a little bit. It's
just a little pause.
Jake, who's the worst team in the NFL?
It's got to be the Jets.
Nope. No, I think it's the Saints. I don't know. The Saints are ass. They are really, really bad. They're in that group of teams they're in that group with Miami, Tennessee, and the Jets. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think the New Orleans Saints are the worst team in the NFL. I don't even know how.
Why do you say that? I mean, obviously they're terrible. But
I look at the way that they play football. They're 125th, or excuse me, 28th in points with only 125. They're 27th. So you're really bad at scoring and you're really bad at stopping people from scoring. You're 27th in offense. And you're 24th in special teams. You're really bad. You are really, really bad in a division where you should be better. I think I would take the Saints to be worse than the Jets. Now the Jets are not much better than the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets are 26th in offense, 26th in defense, 5th in special teams though. So I think the Jets are slightly better than the Aints.
Dude, but okay, what about Miami? Because Miami, the vibes in Miami are terrible, which I would argue makes them worse than the Saints.
Their defense is terrible.
Like, come on.
I mean, the numbers say that they're the worst team in the NFL. I just think on the field, the Dolphins are a little better. They're more talented. Can they win the game factor is a little better than it is in New Orleans. And I think Mike's going to get fired within the week. I think he's got one more game potentially, because when you look at how bad they were against the Browns,
they're awful.
And now you've got Falcons, Ravens, Bills, Commanders. He won't make it. I don't think he makes it to the Bills game. I really don't. And I think Big Penix energy is not good. And there's some dysfunction in Atlanta on whatever level. So they may beat Atlanta. He won't make it. I don't think but there's not, let's just, say it. There's not a whole lot separating any of those teams.
No, I would agree that New Orleans, the ability to win a game is probably the worst in the league. I don't disagree with that. But the problem is, dude, the Jets haven't won a game yet.
No, that's true.
And we're in week 8.
That doesn't make them the worst team, but you're right. They're winless.
They're winless. They have not experienced positivity yet this season. And you have your owner talking about a quarterback currently on the roster, and just disparaging him. So it's between the Saints and the Jets up for debate. I'm going to say the Jets. You're going to say the Saints. We'll call it even. But I think this group. See, the problem is like the group of the bottom feeders are the 2-win teams. So Giants, Cardinals, Browns, Raiders, Texans.
Mm-hmm.
That group of teams, I could see 2 of those really falling. Like,
what is wrong with the Texans? There's something wrong. And again, I think it's that you have a really high quality defensive guy as your head coach. I think CJ Stroud is massively regressed. And I don't know. I would put the Texans top half of the league. But they're going to miss the playoffs. PFF has them at 35%. They're going to miss the playoffs.
Yeah.
And it's because they can't score points. They just can't. You're 2-4 because you're tied for 24th in offense and you're 27th in points scored.
Yeah.
And I just don't know how you fix that. Honest to God, I don't know. I can't even look at that offense and find something I'm excited about. And CJ Stroud, I mean, he is so unimpressive. He is subpar in passing. He's 44 out of 58 rated NFL quarterbacks. How is that possible? How is that possible? That I don't understand. He has got 9 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, you guys. And I would just love to understand. And if anybody wants to make the argument or inform me, enlighten myself, such as and like, I would love to understand how anybody wants to explain what the hell happened to CJ Stroud and the Texans offense.
Yeah. What happened is you've got a defensive guy as your head coach, and we're more interested in talking about guys like Al-Shaair, providing, CTE level hits on the sideline than we are about your offense developing and actually giving you a chance to win games, because that's not where it is right now. And it really should be.
I struggle with it. I struggle with it. And as much as I think the worst teams in the NFL are not hard to figure out, I look at the middle of the pack. I don't know how good Philadelphia is. I don't know how good. I think Bo Nix is massively overrated. I think Bo Nix is a good running quarterback who I am not ready to crown that dude's ass. I'm not. I think if we're talking quarterbacks, I mean, Bo Nix, who are you taking Bo Nix instead of? I mean, Danny Dimes?
Tua.
You're taking Bo Nix over Tua Tagovailoa?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Hmm.
Injuries, lack of leadership, inability to do anything.
I think Tua's a victim of his circumstance. I think that the shocking thing is his numbers are shockingly mediocre. He's got 10 interceptions, but he's also got wide receivers not running routes. Yeah, I don't know. I'm open for business on that one. Aaron Rodgers or Bo Nix?
Well, clearly Aaron Rodgers.
Penix or Bo Nix?
Bo Nix.
Caleb or Bo Nix?
Caleb.
Drake May or okay. Trevor Lawrence or Bo Nix?
Trevor Lawrence.
Kyler or Bo Nix?
Kyler.
Yeah, Kyler Murray.
I don't think that's.
I don't think that's
when
not
you say
that
it,
close.
Yeah, when you say it, it sounds close, but then you're like, well, actually,
Cam Ward or Bo Nix?
Bo Nix. I think Cam's still got some learning to do, and the situation.
Dylan Gabriel or Bo Nix?
Bo Nix.
Because I think Gabriel's been pretty okay, not terrible, but not good. Geno or Bo Nix?
Gosh, beginning of the year I would have said Geno, but the fall off has been real.
Jackson Dart or Bo Nix?
Jackson Dart.
Not close.
I think the reason I say Dart is the leadership's there, the energy's there, his mentality is there. I'm a big believer in. We don't see this a lot in the league right now. Quarterbacks that are willing to step up to the podium and and just tell it how it is. Torch their team, credit their team.
I like that.
Take the accountability. Like, we're not seeing a lot of that in the league right now, and I really like that out of Jackson Dart.
Mac Jones or Bo Nix?
Mac Jones. That to me is not close.
Brock Purdy or Bo Nix?
Brock Purdy. Availability, though.
Justin Herbert or Preston Stone?
Yeah, clean cut.
Baker Mayfield or Justin Herbert? Oh, I think Baker's still playing at an MVP level.
I mean, he's playing at an MVP level right now. I think if a lot of these Justin Herbert questions will be answered when he inevitably plays for another team, because Baker's gone through that, obviously.
Yeah.
But man, when Justin Herbert's going right, dude, there are a few guys I'd rather have. I mean, really, honestly, like the arm, the ability to run, the decision making, the touch on the football, like
that's tough, dude. That's tough. Okay, let's get to power rankings. Top 5.
Yeah,
my top 5 are at 5. I have Philadelphia. 4, I have Buffalo. 3, I have the Rams. 2, I've got the Seahawks, and 1, I've got the Chiefs. No, I'm kidding. I'm being a complete dick right now, and it's fun. It feels good.
Don't talk crap about my team.
That's what fucking ticks me the fuck off.
The trigger Monty strikes again.
It's just so fun because you know the infuriation. You know the infuriation. Here are my top 5. I have 5 Philadelphia, 4 Seattle, 3. This is, and I've gone back and forth on this all day. Buffalo or Detroit?
Detroit
is better than Buffalo.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Right
Buffalo
now,
3,
yeah.
Detroit 2,
Yeah.
Kansas City 1.
Yeah, you can't not the way I can't put Buffalo ahead of Detroit the way Buffalo's going right now. And it's not just a Josh thing, although he has some responsibility. They're just not playing great right now.
Yeah, I think, and I look at some of the reasons why. The thing that concerns me about Detroit is they have a really tough schedule left. But if we're talking about this after week 7, in week 8, I think Buffalo and Detroit are very close. Now, obviously, I am not the guy who just goes with the company line. I think Seattle is vastly underrated, and I just don't think they're that far behind, especially at Lumen Field. I don't think they're that far behind anybody in the NFC. They can win every game they play at Lumen.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be really tough to keep them away because they have the 16th most difficult schedule remaining. And unfortunately, if you're a Vikings fan, they have the most difficult schedule remaining. Right. And now, I'm a Bears fan. We have the 5th most difficult schedule remaining. So the fun's over for us. But if you look at the Rams, they have the 20th. They have a very easy schedule. The Chiefs have the 18th most difficult schedule. Now, obviously, Detroit's played at a very high level because they've had a very difficult schedule already. And the thing that concerns you about Buffalo's played like ass, and they've had one of the easiest schedules in the NFL. So,
yeah,
I think it's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. Your top 5.
Yeah, I mean, my top 5 would probably be, I would have Tampa as my 5th team. I think then I would probably go Philly. Then I would probably go, I'd probably go Indy, then Detroit.
Wow.
Then.
So you don't have Seattle in there at all?
No, I'd have Seattle outside the top 5. Still proving to do. Yep. Still proving to do.
On what level?
On the fact that it's 7 games. Not like, where were you last year?
Man.
I mean, I just don't think that you have,
Well, but this is a totally different team last year.
But that's my point. Is that
Sam Darnold is playing better this year than he played last year.
But what do we know about Sam Darnold? And he's going to have to prove people wrong.
Right, but it's not the playoff power rankings.
Yeah.
It's the regular season power rankings.
I understand that. But if Detroit and Seattle play,
I'm taking Seattle. It depends on where it is. If it's in Seattle, I'm taking Seattle. I don't even think it's that close. Yeah. I don't think it's that close. I mean, you realize they have the 4th best offense in the NFL.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, the 2nd best offense in the NFL with the 4th rated number of points. So they've scored the 4th most points.
Mm-hmm.
They have the number 1 special teams and the 7th defense in the NFL. I mean, that's not an accident. And when they're and it's like Detroit when they're fully healthy. Although the thing that worries me most about the Detroit Lions, I see significant regression in Jared Goff's mobility. He is, man. And I'm not even trying to play red ass guy here, even though I love it. But when you look at Gaff, you guys understand that their win over Tampa was really close to a loss, and they won 24-9. Goff was sacked 4 times, and it's what I've been telling you. He is standing still. He's not even floating in the pocket. He is dead on his feet in the pocket, waiting to throw the football. You can't win big games like that. And when you start looking at some of his numbers, where have his biggest games come from? Teams that don't rush the passer well. He beat the Bears for 334 and 5 scores. Bears don't rush the pass. Or at that point, had 0 blitz package. Right, but the next week against Baltimore, who gets after the quarterback's ass, 202 yards. And then Cleveland gets after the quarterback.
Yeah.
Terrible game. Cincinnati plays pretty well. 3 touchdowns, 258. Oh, the Kansas City Chiefs get after the quarterback's ass. They lose 203 and 2 touchdowns. Tampa, 241, a touchdown and a pick. Because when he goes against teams that rush the quarterback well, Jared Goff tends to get caught in the mud. And you look at what's coming up for them. Listen to the schedule for Detroit. The Vikings at the Commanders, at the Eagles, 3 teams that get after the quarterback big time. Giants, Packers, Cowboys, at the Rams, Steelers, at the Vikings, at the Bears. This division's wide open. Wide open. And it really should be the Packers division to win. Packers are at the Steelers, Panthers, Eagles, at the Giants, Vikings, at the Lions, Bears, at the Broncos, at the Bears, Ravens, at the Vikings. Packers should win this division all day long.
Yeah.
All day long. But
we'll see.
But we're just very different. I don't view, like, you have Indianapolis as a legitimate contender. I have Indianapolis top 15. Indianapolis or Tampa. I'm taking Tampa. Indianapolis or Denver. Probably taking Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
Indianapolis or the Chargers.
Wow.
Ooh.
Considering how they just played, I'm taking Indianapolis. That's a solid 38 points they put on that team.
That is. Indianapolis or San Francisco. Indianapolis or Pittsburgh. Indianapolis or New England.
I'm taking Indianapolis over San Francisco.
Okay.
I mean,
without
Pittsburgh,
Buddy's
really
ankle being snapped in half.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
Right. So let's then say.
I mean, I think the Steelers are a really good measuring stick.
They are.
And we're going to get that matchup in 2 weeks. I mean, that's a really good measuring stick for who Indy is. But at 6-1, I mean, it's hard to deny it.
Okay, what's real and what's fake in the NFL? Here are some questions for you. Are the Kansas City Chiefs the best team in the NFL right now? Real or fake?
I still think it's real. I still think they're able to find ways to win games. I think
The defense is keeping them level.
It is, but the offense is making strides. It's not where it was. It's not as good as it used to be, but it is certainly improving.
Well, having Rashee Rice back, now it was the Raiders. Having Rashee Rice back certainly did not hurt their route tree, right? And I think 7 for 42 and 2 touchdowns was trying to prove a point.
Yeah.
But I think that's very real. I think Kansas City is the best team in the NFL right now. And it's all going to come down to injuries. He got a lot of miles on the tires. Aaron Rodgers can still play quarterback at a high level in the NFL. Real or fake?
It's real. I think it's real. I mean, he's playing well. You know, they're in a good position. They've gotten off to a good start. I think, just like what you just said, I think now he's at the stage of the season where durability, you know, and the ability to stay healthy for the playoffs is obviously paramount for the team.
Yeah.
So that to me is like the number one objective if you're the Steelers. And I also think that, you know, like we were talking about with the Ravens earlier, that division is still going to have a lot of heated games left in it. I mean, let's say that the Ravens are statistically eliminated from the postseason later this year and you play them.
Mhm.
There's obviously going to be a lot of pride and emotion in that game.
I would agree.
And, you know, to me, Aaron Rodgers is one hit away, you know, one real physical Aziz Al-Shaair hit away from, you know.
What a dirty SOB he is.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And so I just look at that and I say, that's my only question.
But
he's playing well.
Are the New England Patriots a legitimate playoff contender? I mean, they're 5-2. They have one of the better defenses to date. Do you put the New England Patriots in the playoffs right now?
Yeah, I want to for sure.
They're number 2 in the AFC.
Yeah, I mean, I really want to. I think that, you know, the thing is they're not a good home team this year, which is what concerns me. You're 1-2 at home. Points differential is good at plus 48, middle of the road there, but still good. I like the mentality. I think you know, having a good coaching staff, having the right mentality, playing the game the right way, that does a lot for you. And that's what I think is really helping them. And obviously Drake May and company are playing well, but I want to say they are, but I feel like they have to prove it. They have to prove it.
You're so unwilling.
Yeah, because I don't want to say they're a legitimate team because
to suck on toes.
You can't say that yet.
I would agree. I think we're a little early. I'm going to say that's fake. I'm going to say that's fake. The Cleveland Browns have their long-term quarterback on the roster. Real or fake?
Fake.
I would agree.
Fake. Unequivocally fake because they don't believe in Shador. Dylan Gabriel's not that guy.
And Dylan Gabriel has been very interesting to watch. And I tend to agree with that. I don't think they don't want Shador Sanders. No. That much is very clear. And I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens to them because I don't know how long you can continue to play this game in musical chairs and call yourself an NFL franchise.
And then trade away the best option you have only to see him go ball out for another team.
Joe look good.
Like,
real or fake, the Green Bay Packers are the best team in the NFC.
Fake.
4-1.
They're not the best team in the NFC.
4-1 with really not a special offense and an okay defense. 4-1-1. Real or fake, Mac Jones should be the starting quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers.
1,000% real.
You're right. You're in now.
Oh yeah. I think that I was in on the Shanahan greatness with Mac, you know, that after that first performance. I mean, we talked about how Shanahan's been responsible for multiple guys having success. You can see them all across the league. And, you know, Mac Jones has benefited from that as well. I think, again, him staying healthy is going to be their biggest issue. He gets hurt, they're in a world of hurt. And I appreciate that Mac is playing the part of continuing to be the backup quarterback and, you know, saying, hey, this is Brock's team. And, you know, I'm bridging the gap until he comes back. Like, I think he's been a true professional about it. But it's going to be really difficult when Brock does come back. If he doesn't play well, like, you're going to be a hell of a situation at that point, dude. If he doesn't play well and you got to take him out to put Mac back in and Mac balls out, like, what do you do with that? Like, do you just suck it up and now Mac's the franchise guy? I mean, what do you do with that? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think that's a very interesting question. Very, very interesting question, because I am not 100% sold that either one of them is a Super Bowl winning quarterback, but you just paid Brock Purdy. Point well taken. Real or fake? Baker Mayfield's an MVP candidate.
I think it's real. I think that they are, to me right now, the best team in the NFC. I even after the loss, I think that you are a really good team. You've had really good wins, 2 losses. I would not have any problem, taking them against pretty much anybody. The problem is, after this week, obviously Mike Evans' season came to an end, so that's really going to hurt your top end ability. So, I would say real for now. Let's see what they look like against a really bad team in the Saints. If they put a 40 on the Saints and they figure out how to run offense without Mike Evans, I think they're still real. If that's like a 24-10 game, then I'd be like, yeah, maybe they fall back to the median now.
The real or fake, the Seattle Seahawks success is built on a weak strength of schedule. I think that's real. 19th most difficult schedule in the NFL to date. And I think it's going to be very difficult if you're the Seattle Seahawks to sustain this success unless you go all in on run pass balance and you keep that defense healthy. Because I also think your schedule, while it's not going to get significantly more difficult, you're going to have to find a way to win 11 games at a minimum to get in. And I think that's going to be very difficult. You don't have the easy path the Indianapolis Colts have. And I think PFF has the Colts playoff odds at 89% right now. The Seattle Seahawks are 61%, and they only have a 22% chance to win the division. That's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough. I do think their strength of schedule has really helped them. And finally, real or fake, Caleb Williams is a long-term fit for the Chicago Bears.
I think his fit is directly tied to Ben Johnson. I think as long as Ben is there, Caleb's the guy. And I think Caleb has all the potential and talent in the world to be a franchise quarterback. I just think the Bears always seem to find themselves in this quirky situation of changing head coaches. What do we do with the quarterback? It just kind of gets clunky. And this pairing and tandem should have fixed that. And I do think they're heading in the right direction, but they're still just an undisciplined team. They still commit a lot of penalties and mistakes, and they still do a lot of things that you can't do if you want to win games. And that, to me, is the biggest thing around Caleb Williams' future is like, when does this team and when does this organization become one that is disciplined and able to play games, at least on offense, where you don't have to constantly worry about the false start or the illegal formation or
illegal man downfield
or an illegal shift, or like, how many times, dude? And it just, as a person that grew up watching the Bears, like, I grew up with great Bear defenses and not great offenses. And this is kind of the opposite of that of like,
I also think Montez Sweat responded very well to very harsh criticism, and he played a lot better. But this offensive line is finally coming around, and you're hearing now that, hey, Ben Johnson's system and his arrogance and assholishness took some time to get used to. And now the offensive line is playing better, which is directly draw a straight line to Caleb Williams has played better. He's an inaccurate passer. I think he absolutely gets an extension on his rookie deal. And then you got to have the conversation for certain. I mean, I definitely
would agree. He'll get an extension on the rookie deal. No doubt.
Yeah. Clownski, Lions bruised secondary made Evans look washed up. Well, he's not one of their top 3 receivers. I mean, Tez Johnson and Emeka Egbuka are very clearly, and I think Egbuka's been way better than advertised very clearly. But I think the way that Cade Otton played, and I think the thing that's so shocking about Tampa is the mistakes. Just so many mistakes against a really average Lions defense. And you allowed that pass rush of Detroit, which is the only real weapon they have defensively. You allowed that pass rush to disrupt your offense. And I was really surprised you didn't have a better solution for that. And I think you paid dearly. But how many mistakes did Tampa make in that game?
A lot.
Oh, man.
A lot.
And I think it's unfortunate with Mike Evans because I do think Mike's that guy. You need him to make 1 or 2 catches a game in big situations.
And he typically does.
And he had been. And I think that it's just really unfortunate, really, really unfortunate that he's out for the year. But, well.
That's football.
Yeah. Jake, sleepless in Seattle, plow through it.
What do you mean?
Do you look tired? Bo Nix is better than Brock Purdy.
What the hell does MMW mean?
I have no idea. Mike Evans is a Hall of Famer. Well, but is not currently playing at that level. I would agree with that.
Yeah, this will be the first season he hasn't had. I believe the stat is 1,100 yards in his career.
Yeah.
Tying Jerry Rice, I think it is.
Over under an hour slept by Jake at Monty's condo, 5.5 hours per night. Do you look tired?
I guess I look tired. I don't know, dude. Apparently. Sure. I mean, yeah, I'm tired. Great.
Are you tired? I
mean, it's.
I slept terribly last night because of my soul exiting issues, but stability and coaching staff and good old line and stability. He'll be okay. I agree. Shador backing up Baker is a great situation in Tampa. Now that you mention it, well, he's going to go somewhere.
When does Shador escape Cleveland?
They're never going to give him a chance to succeed there.
No.
So Shador absolutely deserves a Tyrod Taylor chance. Could be. Jake looks tired. Is this a thing now? When San Francisco star running back is good, that offense is going good. Injuries piling up for him due to his style. Well, I mean, listen, I think CMC is the least of their problems. They just can't keep anybody healthy.
Yeah.
It's
the whole roster, dude.
Yeah. Gabriel is another Mariota. Will start 1 year, then career backup. A lot of people believe that.
Hey, not a bad way to make a living, though.
No, I would agree. That's a nice little paycheck. What if they trade Shador Sanders to the Jets, which is what you would love to see? Give him a chance to fail, right? I mean,
yeah, sure. Go flame out in New York.
Yeah. My mouth waters. Okay. All right.
I mean, just okay, guys. All right. Sure thing. Okay.
Just wait for Goff to put 50 on Chicago again, I guess. So, what could you possibly be upset about with what I said about Goff? What is it? Man, it's official. The NCAA formally adopts the policy to allow all athletes to bet on pro sports. I'm amazed by that.
No idea what we're doing with that. Yeah, sorry, dude. Can't do it.
Good luck. How long until somebody gets suspended? How long until that happens?
Less than a calendar year.
That's going to happen.
Yeah.
That is going to happen.
Less than a calendar year.
In my opinion. That is going to happen. That's crazy. Trigger Monty with the Goff points on Bears. I just don't understand.
Yeah, what are you mad about, bro? What's the issue?
What is anything that I said about Jared Goff inaccurate? What is anything I've said about the Lions today inaccurate? Pretty much but hey, you do you, man. Fine the players for betting while the NCAA is banking big bucks from gambling. It's a real thing. That is a real thing. So is the NBA tipping off. Let's talk about that after another Pat McAfee meltdown at ESPN. Get in the comments section. Are you fans of Pat McAfee? Because this story at ESPN, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but the details coming out now, I pretty much am surprised. Let's talk about that after this from the Advocates.
You're not just a case. You're not just a client. You're a person, and you deserve support. You deserve simplicity. You deserve communication. When you hire an attorney, you deserve clear, risk-free advice that guides you to the best possible outcome in your injury case. And that's exactly what the Advocates have been providing for over 30 years. After your accident, you deserve closure. You deserve compassion. You deserve peace of mind. You deserve an advocate.
At theadvocates.com, the best injury attorneys in the business. And again, I can only tell you so many times, when you've been in an accident, if you get hurt at work, boy, howdy, you're worried about your paycheck. You're worried about your job. Who wants to be looking for a job in this economy right now? Like, get to the Advocates. Let them fight for you. Let them deal with the claims process. Let the Advocates deal with the workman's comp process. And the best part is you never reach in your pocket to pay the Advocates, because you don't pay the Advocates unless and until they win your case. Chat with an injury attorney live online. No AI, no chatbots. Live online 24/7, 365 at theadvocates.com. Should it surprise anybody that Pat McAfee is again seemingly at war? And I guess I should use that term sparingly, but battling his bosses at ESPN again. Jake, are you at all surprised by his old white guy who doesn't like me comments about ESPN?
Not really. I mean, I think this is who we know Pat to be, and I think he does a great job on game day, but I don't watch his show. And it's not just his show anymore, but since we're talking about him, I don't watch his show. And it just is not something that really pulls me in and is just like, oh man, I've got to watch that every day. It's just not how it is for me. And I think that, part of that issue is I know what guys like Pat are like. They're self-serving. They only care about them and their stuff. They don't care about the impact they have on ESPN. They only want to talk about the people who criticize them. They only want to, they only seemingly want to create negativity. And that's my issue, is that there is always something. There is all, like, small, big, medium. There's always an issue of some variety for guys like Pat McAfee. Yes. It's never good enough. There's never a time when Pat just says, yep, we're just going to focus on us and do our show, and I'm not going to comment on these guys anymore, and we're just going to move along. And that's what burns me out, is just the need and the desire to constantly cause problems. And that's what I feel like. That's why I say I'm not necessarily surprised that we're hearing about this again with Pat McAfee.
Well, and it seems like this is a cycle for Pat. He is, for those who didn't see it, it seems like he is hearing the chirping from inside the four walls in Bristol about the fact that he rubs certain people the wrong way. And I am a big believer in, you cannot care what other people think about you. You just can't care. You have to do you. You have to be uniquely and individually yourself in all situations. And if that is pissing people off, that is what it is. Pat's got to worry about Pat, but he's one of those guys who I think is, as a former athlete and somebody who never seems to be a right fit in any organization, Pat seems to be the guy who's always trying to make people like him, who cares so much about what everybody else thinks. I just think that is a recipe for disaster. I don't know how you exist day to day giving a rat's ass about what other people think about you. I will never understand it.
But I think it goes further than just what other people think about you. It's this complex for Pat, where it's like, hey, the people at ESPN hate me. It's me versus them. It's big juggernaut versus little old Pat McAfee. It's that sort of little brother,
little old Pat McAfee.
Yeah, it's that sort of little brother mentality that I just don't think Pat McAfee has matured out of yet, with all due respect. And I really don't mean it in I really don't mean it in a disrespectful way, but there's a certain maturity process that happens when you do a show for long enough where you begin to understand that oh, that's right, Pat hasn't seen the lowest of the lows yet. Right? Pat hasn't seen the flip side of, hey, yeah, you know what? Like, all that bad stuff I said about ESPN now makes me kind of look like an asshole, and I'm not on ESPN anymore, and I can't really get the phone to ring from other people, and we're just kind of doing what we're doing, which is fine.
Because that's coming.
That is definitely coming. And I just think that it's just not good business, and it doesn't represent you well. And I feel like this is truly the biggest issue, is it makes him look like a guy of poor character to constantly be ripping people and talking about this. And I'm trying to find reasons as to why I should watch your show, dude. As someone who like does a show and like, you know, gets criticized for looking tired constantly and, you know, is working 12 hours a day or whatever it is. Like, dude, I know what it's like, bro. But the reality is that you have an opportunity that most people will never have, and you're just crapping all over it. And that's what I don't get.
I think it is. I think it's very difficult when you're that insecure to be somebody that doesn't operate like this. And I think when you look at the way that Pat McAfee has operated, I think it is he does not handle anybody questioning or criticizing him well. And in our business, all you do is get criticized. That's it. That's all you do. I've worked in sports radio for 30 years, and all you do is get criticized. That's what your frankly job is to create thought and to create people having imaginations about your opinions.
And 9 times out of 10, they're going to disagree with you because disagreeing with you is more fun, frankly.
Yeah.
Like, it just is.
Yeah, and it's more fun when Calamoni gifts 20 Monty Show memberships. Let's go.
Nice.
Calford, appreciate you very much, as always. And it's guys like Calford that make this show possible. I really appreciate your donations. And when you guys tip us and you give us money in the tip jar, that money goes directly to things like equipment, cameras, lights, rebuilding our studio. All those tips that you guys give us, all the paid comments, all that money goes right back into the show. So I really appreciate guys like Calford gifting hundreds of Monty Show memberships. Thank you for that.
But what would the comment section be if nobody disagreed with us? If we created an environment on the show where we didn't, like, as an example, if we didn't read any comments, we just said, hey, we're not going to read any comments that disagree
like this
with
one
us.
Right here where, Monty, you live with Jake full time now.
Yeah, what a peasant, right? If we said, hey, we're not going to read any comments that disparage us, disrespect us, disagree with us, we're only going to read the good comments.
The answer is no. It is not. And look at Wasikowski getting, dude, what did you say to get filtered? What did you say to get, it is telling me that you have 4 messages filtered today. Bro, chill out. No, Jake does not live with me, and I don't live with him. Jake lives in Eugene, Oregon. I live in Seattle, Washington at the moment. So, to be fair to Pat, he created things his own way and got big because of it. Right. But then you sold out.
Yeah.
In my opinion, you sold out to ESPN and you took the paycheck. And when you take the paycheck, you got to play by the rules. Got to play by the rules, man.
Yeah, and I think to add on to that, I don't have an issue with him selling out to ESPN. I would sell out to ESPN. I don't have a problem with that. Dude, if ESPN came knocking on our door and offered us whatever what was it, $50 million or whatever it was a year, dude, sign me up. I'm good. Like, I'll do it. I don't have a problem. But you're not going to catch me, saying things like the old whiteheads, are the old whiteheads at ESPN hate me. I'm not going to say that live on my show in front of millions of viewers and listeners. Sorry, dude. Yeah. I'm not that stupid. I understand that the 50 million plus the endorsement stuff through the show and everything, he's probably making 100 mil a year.
And
like,
I give him credit for doing the exact same show that he's done. But at some point, he's got to learn to play the people game, because when you're a pain in the ass all the time and you're constantly at battle with your coworkers, allegedly, you're not going to be somewhere in a long time frame. And Pat, just when you hear these stories about Pat calling out old white people at Bristol, and you're just constantly at battle. That's the hard part of it.
Yeah, but see here, this comment by Mike right here, the bottom one right there. But this right here, thought he made sure to have control of his stuff.
Yeah.
But see, that's a great point. It goes all the way back to what can I say and what can I not say, and what time is that at? Hey, I can't drop F-bombs in the first hour, but in the second and third hour, I can. Like, he's been causing issues since the Genesis.
They use adult language. They talk the way adults talk.
Like, I don't know, dude. I like that's a perfect example. You sold out to ESPN to get the paycheck. Again, no problem.
No problem with that.
But my problem comes in when you do that, and then you're like, hey, I'm still going to drop F-bombs when the FCC is protecting the listener on the radio and on national TV, obviously. And I guess that's my issue, dude.
Is this really difficult to figure out, Car Wash Channel? He's just visiting. He's just visiting.
Did you know that there's something called a car where you can? It's a form of transportation to where you can actually go outside of the basement and drive on the road up to different destinations, wherever you would like to go.
It's just having a good time, man.
It's just
ESPN made a big swing for ROI. If ROI is good enough, they will put up with. No, they won't. No, they won't. Then why is Golick and Wingo not there?
Huh?
Why is Mike and Mike not there anymore?
Dan Lebitard
not there anymore. Colin Cowherd not there anymore.
Skip Bayless.
Skip Bayless. Because at some point you become a liability. You become a liability. You're a pain in the ass. People don't like working with you. Trust me, I've been in that environment.
Now, the obvious person you should be talking about, Mike, to make this point is not Pat McAfee. You should be talking about Screaming A, because he's the one that goes against the grain. But how does he do it, and why is he different from Pat?
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith knows better than to poke the bear. You will not catch him talking politics or his opinions on politics on First Take or anything affiliated with ESPN. Get on the Stephen A. Smith show, unaffiliated with ESPN, totally different conversation. Yeah. And I respect that about Screaming A.
Disagree with Uncle Monty. That does make it a lot of fun. What do you mean? Oh, you mean like on the show? Yeah. What is this car you speak of? Yeah.
I don't personally, I have no idea, dude. I mean, I guess we live together now. So, I
live with you.
Right. You live with me, but you have for many years now. I mean, that's always been the thing.
The funny thing about people asking if you're tired, I'm the one that's tired today.
Yeah.
Like, I am exhausted today. I did not sleep well at all last night. Jake was out like a light.
Yeah. My biggest thing has been eating enough food during the day while I've been here, because we're in such different places. Like it just, you doing Zepbound and everything, you just don't eat a lot. Like you just, there are times where you don't eat till like 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm just not hungry. I never think about food.
And so that's a totally different thing. And so it's like, there are some days though, where like when you get up as early as we do, like I don't eat till like 9 or 10, but I do eat. When I do eat, I eat like a meal, and that, so it's just different.
This week, dumping my soul out, I haven't been eating as much, especially not eating as much.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, today I woke up starving. I forgot Dave's Killer Seeded Bread. Oh, gas. It is so good. It is. I had toast and bananas for breakfast today. Oh, I haven't had a good slice of toast in too long. Damn it, Monty, quit trying to starve Jake due to your own selfish needs. I know.
Here I am.
Right. Monty, not making your meals. No, I do. I do.
That's not the point, dude. That's not what I'm saying.
I'm in a different place food wise because Zepbound makes you not think about food.
Yeah.
I don't snack ever. Like I don't have chips or peanuts or candy or I had a protein bar at 8:00 last night. That's my snack. Like that's what I do. So tonight, I don't know what we're going to have for dinner. I've had a little bit of food today, but I'm ready to eat. I'm hungry, Charlotte at 49er, John, CLT. More important than Jake being there, has your dog found something to bark at since you left the pad with pigeons out the window? No, I have not. He has not. My dog is super chill. He has a little leash aggression sometimes. My dog just does not bark. If I play with him or if I howl at him, I can make him bark. Other than that, he just does not bark.
Mine either.
He did try to murder some pigeons on occasion. And the other week, he did try to jump through a picture window. But, I still have cravings. I just get full much quicker. Sometimes just a few bites and done. Yeah. I ate as much as I have eaten the other day, and it did not help me with my soul exiting. Today is the first day legitimately since Saturday where I have not felt like I am going to just unload a dump truck worth of fecal speckles.
And I'll see you in Valhalla.
Bro, last night, let me just how do I put it this way? I saw peas and carrots go in, and I saw peas and carrots come out.
Waves in opposition.
I had grapes go in, and I saw grapes come out. We were in a bad spot yesterday. Yesterday, about this time, we were in a bad spot.
Yeah.
Show ended a little early for a reason. Is Seattle more Midwestern or Hispanic food? Monty wouldn't survive in St. Pete. It's got Seattle's more of a
eclectic.
Yeah, it's got everything.
Yeah.
Seattle is seafood. There is very good seafood.
I will say I am committed to getting a bowl of chowder before I leave this town.
We have not done that yet.
No, I'll probably do that this weekend. Probably.
Yeah, we will definitely do that.
Yeah.
We will,
but yeah, it's just different, like you don't, it's just very different when, like you're doing what you're doing and I'm not doing it. Like it's two very different ways of going about it.
Do you want to lose weight? Or
no, I definitely could lose some weight for sure, without a doubt. And it's just hard, dude. Like we were talking about before the show, like, dude, like all we want to do after we're done with the show is take a nap.
Today, usually I have a lot of energy. Usually after the show, I feed my dog and I go on like a mile walk. That's my habit. It's just this week with all of the food poisoning thing, I haven't had a lot of energy last night. So do you guys follow the Apple sleep score on your phone?
Mm-hmm.
I'm usually between a 94 and a 98. I think my sleep score last night was a 64.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was up from like 2:45 to 4:30, and I get out of bed at 4:50. It was brutal. What was your sleep score last night?
97.
Jake slept great last night.
But so it's been improving though. First night it was 64 because the dog was up. There was a lot of noise. Had to get up to close the door. Like just didn't really sleep. And then Tuesday, last night was, so Sunday night was the bad night. Monday night was a little better. And then last night, it's kind of been funny. Like usually my dog sleeps in her crate. Like that's where she sleeps. And she actually likes sleeping in there. And the first night she wanted to sleep with me. The second night, your dog and my dog were, for whatever reason, roaming around the apartment in the middle of the night. And then last night, my dog went back to her routine of sleeping in the crate. So I was passed out.
Yeah, and I took my dog in my room.
Yeah, so I just was out like the whole night.
I'm telling you, I have a really comfortable guest bed. I don't have a guest room anymore.
Yeah.
I have a rollaway guest bed.
I like the rollaway situation. I have to say, it's not something I've considered a lot, but it's very nice to be able to just, roll it away. You don't think about it, especially like if you had closet space or when you have closet space, to be able to like fully put it away would be incredible.
It's hard living in an apartment, man. Like, and this is a super nice condo, and it's tough. It is so little space. It is so little space. Chiefs stolen spot. What does that mean?
Dude, you're not the best team in the NFL. Get off your high horse, dude. You're not.
The Lions are not close to the best team in the NFL.
And we're not the only ones saying that.
It's a big, yeah. I would hate to. Separate rooms, of course. Yeah, we I would hate. God, read.
Monty.
I would hate to see my sleep score. It would really be bad. I do not sleep. I take a series of a few small naps. Dude, that's so bad for your brain. It is so bad for your brain, right? Getting 4 hours of sleep gets what kind of score? Last night, it was not good.
Depends what your durations are, but 60s and 70s on 4.
Yeah, I think my score last night was a 64, I think.
My sleep says I was awake. I woke up 3 times and was awake for a total duration of 5 minutes.
Yeah, my sleep score last night was a 64. 32 out of 50 duration. Went to bed right on time, so 30 out of 30. Interruptions, 2 out of 20. Not good. Like, I was up fully according to I was up from 2:45 to 4:34. 4:37. And then I got out of bed at 4:50. Like, that's brutal. That is absolutely brutal. Like, and that, thankfully, it's very rare. Very, very. Tonight, I think I will sleep great.
Yeah.
Eric, just be happy he picked them second.
Yeah, I just don't understand. I'm getting. I have to say, Eric, I'm getting to a point where it's like,
well, you just don't have credibility.
I just don't understand. Like, what are we talking about, dude? Like, you can sit here and criticize us, but the reality is we're the ones in the majority, and you're the one saying your team's better than they are. Like, it just
right. And you're the guy that eats Taco Bell.
Why do we need mini Crunchwrap Supremes? So this is
why
supposed
does
to be
this piss you off
because,
so much?
dude, this is such a ploy. This is such a this is marketing, bro. Fresh out of college, didn't go to Taco Bell in the 90s, has no idea what the hell he's talking about. Rolling out with a cool new special: buy 2 get 1 free. Mini Crunchwrap Supremes. Cool, dude. I don't want a mini one.
Okay, wait. Do you like Taco Bell at all?
I like the Crunchwrap Supreme. Overall, no, I don't like Taco Bell all that much. No.
I won't eat at Taco Bell.
Homemade Crunchwrap Supremes, in my opinion, are unbelievable.
That one time you made them last summer in Salt Lake, they were really good.
Especially if you have good tomatoes.
They were really good. I don't know that I could see myself eating at Taco Bell. I'd have trouble with that. What I just don't understand. I don't understand why people love
I haven't been to
Bell.
Taco Bell since that last time you and I went, and I
couple
got
of years
sick
ago.
from it.
Yeah, a couple of years ago. Yeah, that's right. You had mud butt from that.
Yeah, for like a day.
Yeah, nah, I'm good. I had Taco Bell today. Was not a wise choice at all. It made my bowels angry.
I don't regret those decisions.
It probably tastes good dipped in blue cheese.
What are we doing?
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
What are we doing?
Why? Don't choose violence. Don't. Are you both staying in the same area of the PNW now? No, not at all. Jake lives in Eugene. I live in Seattle. Jake's just up here visiting. A lot of people have been commenting about this.
Yeah, I guess we should have explained it. I don't know.
Yeah, Jake's just up. He's just visiting his old man for a week.
Yeah.
That's all. We're just hanging out. You know.
Seattle's incredible, by the way. Highly recommend.
Yeah, I am so. We were standing up on our roof deck last night, and I am so lucky to live the way I live. I have a really good life, dude. You guys don't give a rat's ass. But it's amazing. My condo tower has a roof deck.
Yeah.
And just looking at the Seattle skyline, and I live smack dab downtown. I live a block from Pike Marketplace. It's just amazing. It truly is amazing. Blue cheese greater than ranch, which we all know is disgusting.
Dude, Greg, you've lost all credibility, dude. I understand you're still in a dark place from the baseball season, but come on.
You're not wrong about this. Seattle has very, very, very strong San Francisco vibes, which I love San Francisco, and wifey away, the boys shall play, if you will. Yeah, my wife is in Germany on a Viking river cruise. It's amazing.
Let's ride.
Seattle also greater than Eugene. I couldn't live in small town Oregon. I just couldn't. Did you two at least get to play a little golf? No.
No, we opted against it, honestly, because we've both been busy. We haven't been practicing as much, haven't had time. and it's not fun to play crappy golf. So
I miss it. I miss it 100%. I miss it a lot.
And it's also fun. Like, it's not really,
100% agree. San Francisco and Seattle remind me of each other more than any other cities.
I prefer
they really
Seattle, I have to say. I like San Francisco a lot and a lot of good memories there, but just what you get in the day-to-day, I feel like is really a product of Seattle being, it is a big city, but it's a smaller scale big city. It's not so robust. It's not so populated that it just is like, balls to the wall all day long, every single, like there is definitely, having slept here a couple nights, there's definitely a turn down period. Like you get to 10, 11 o'clock, things start to quiet out, and it's people go to bed. And I appreciate that about this town.
But they don't deliver Rolexes to your condo.
Okay, now before we get into this story, I have to say, this is not your first foray into this situation. You've had good success with this, right?
I have a pair of Kobe undefeateds right there.
You got the Kobe undefeateds,
I have my Louis Vuitton bag, which will be here Monday. I ordered a Rolex, what's called a clone. And it is
allegedly
an authentic Rolex with imperfections.
Does it come with papers?
Yes.
Okay.
Comes in the box. It comes with papers. And it was supposedly delivered today. Now, the issue is their shipping service is called China Post. So you cannot track it. The tracking information they give you is very limited. It doesn't tell you where it was delivered. It doesn't tell you where they left it. None of that.
It's not like Amazon.
It's not like the post office. It's not like FedEx.
Ups.
Exactly. But this is worth it. If this watch is what I think it is, because a guy we used to know in Salt Lake was a watch collector.
Yes.
And he used to get Pateks from this same Connect.
Which are beautiful.
And you can't tell the difference because it is the real thing. Like the Kobe's that I have that I got from this same kind of setup, it's an authentic Kobe.
Yeah.
There is a printing error on the word undefeated on the back of the shoe.
But you would not notice that. The beautiful thing about it is unless you knew the defect was there, you probably wouldn't even notice it.
You wouldn't know.
Yeah.
And it's pretty remarkable. So this watch was supposedly delivered. I went downstairs and it wasn't in the mail room. It wasn't in the package room and it wasn't in the package lockers. Because I live in this tower, and so all the packages go to this central area. Now, supposedly it's through USPS. It wasn't in the mailroom. But as we know, the mail shows up here about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm hoping that's what it is. I'm hoping China Post delivered it to
USPS.
And we'll find out. But
I don't think you should be nervous yet. I think that they're, and I'm not saying the Amazon outage is related to this, but it's just kind of been a weird week with like logistics and, shipping stuff. And like, it's a legitimate service. No question about it. But if this doesn't work out, I will be surprised because you've had pretty solid luck so far.
I agree. China Post is legit, but not reliable. Took me 1 to 2 months every time I use them. Damn it. It's been 3 weeks. So you're not off on your timeline. Yeah. I bought a few kimchi copy Rolexes while in Korea. Worked for a few weeks. One actually started ticking backward. I like it. I would not mind a good fake Rolex. Look good, but if it ever got lost or stolen, no harm.
But it's not a fake Rolex.
Yeah. China stealing our watches now? No. That's the beauty of it. And this is, what else? It wasn't shoes. Did I order something else? I can't remember what else I ordered. I don't know. I have a Vuitton bag coming, and I have this Rolex coming. And that's the issue is it's not a fake mock The issue is it's a Rolex. They call it a clone. And it is a Rolex from the Rolex factory that has an error on it.
Yeah.
And it's a racket in China. I mean, it is absolutely a racket in China. I don't know how they do it, and I really don't care. But have you seen the mailman walking around wearing nice watches?
Look at Lopes Van Gabe above. A couple comments.
Many of my drop ships from China have shown delivered when the package was transferred from international shipper to USPS. Mine usually arrives within a week after that. Okay.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I think that we were talking about, that's what we were speculating before the show. And I think you're right. I think that's what it is that they're saying, hey, we got it to USPS. Now they're going to deliver it because China Post is not delivering on shore.
Right. I hope you're right. I'm a little nervous about it. It also took me 2 to 3 months when I used China Post. Okay. China. Yeah. Have you seen the mailman? No, I haven't. I had the same problem with my last Casio. Chad, how long did it take you? Man, you can drive yourself crazy tracking items. I hate it, Mike.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Brutal.
And I do it all the time. But yet I order socks from Nike. They were here in less than 2 days. Ordered them on Monday. Showed up yesterday night. Well, because it's Beaverton or Bremerton, wherever it is.
Beaverton. Yeah.
Time to watch Showtime Kane win in Detroit. Good luck. Hope he does. You're good, Monty. It'll likely be 4 or 5 more business days. Okay. And I'm going to show you. If it shows up at my condo before the show, I promise you I will hold it
on the show.
And I'll unbox it on the show.
Yeah.
I'll unbox it on the show. I'm kind of a watch connoisseur. I'm a huge fan of watches and shoes, watches. But if this bag that I'm getting on Monday is legit, I'm worried for my pocketbook. Because I got like a sling. I think didn't we have a picture in there? I thought we did. At one point, I probably deleted it. I
don't know if we still do.
We got 11 pictures of James's Japo shit box.
Yeah. Speaking of China.
I'm really excited about this bag. This man person I'm getting for my trip to Paris. So, all right. And finally, do not know about China Post, but wish was erratic. Some items took a long time. Others were fast. Later learned that some was in America. Yeah. There you go. You guys, I am hoping to unbox it on the show. I was going to unbox it on the show today if I got it before the show. So I will let you know. The Monty Show is always presented by the Advocates at theadvocates.com. Look at how tight Jake's watch is.
No, just do the read. We just
look how tight his watch is. How do you wear a watch? We'll talk about that. The Monty Show is always presented by the Advocates at theadvocates.com. If your co-host makes fun of your watch, call the Advocates. If you get in an accident, you get hurt at work. If your sleep score sucks, theadvocates.com. Make sure you sound heard it on the Monty Show. Until tomorrow, say goodbye, Jake.
Goodbye, Jake.